Good morning, everyone. I'm going to title this video, Best Racing Pigeon Training. And in order to explain that, we got to go back in time, when I was a teenager. It was my responsibility and my brother's responsibility every morning to change the water. My father insisted upon it. The pigeons had to have clean water. Well, what does that have to do with training pigeons? Nothing. My father found in New York, we called the common pigeons street rats. My loft name, street rat, with a blue checker splash, turned out to be a hen. We had ball heads at the time, we flew flying birds with ball heads. And we would catch a bird every now and then, triplets or whatever. So my father didn't really like them mating up on the ball heads. So he built a little coop that was 3 by 3 with a screen that was maybe 8 inches higher than the loft itself. And that was also really 3 by 3. And he put that young common pigeon in there. And it ate and drank in there. When the bird got older, my father worked in Jamaica. And he would take it and train it to Jamaica every day. One bird, that common clinker hen. Now, I got to tell you, the commons in New York, or the street rats, were not like the commons down here in North Carolina. They probably had Homer in them. They were a little bigger, a little stronger than the commons that are down in North Carolina. In fact, they were much bigger and much stronger. Anyway, he would train that common every day, all by itself, every morning. She got older, she got mated, and she was on eggs at this time. This particular time, she was on eggs. Mated to a triplet that we had caught, because he put it in there, didn't want it with the ball heads. Anything we caught went in that little coop. He tossed that bird really in the dark, because when we went out to change the water, my brother or myself, it was just twilight, just getting light. That bird was really let up in the dark. Well, anyway, this one morning, I go out and with the old galvanized water cans, you had to dump them, put them out, flip them over, and there's a little hole. Well, I fill it, turn around, and that pigeon's in the loft on her eggs. Never seen her, never heard her. I probably didn't hear her because the hose filling the water. You couldn't, there's probably more noise. I don't hear well at all now. The next day, the same thing. I change the water, flip it, put it back in the coop, and there she is sitting on the eggs. Well, I mentioned it to my brother John because my brother John would change the water some mornings. And he said, yeah, the same thing happened to me. I turned around and she was in the coop on the eggs. Well, I asked my father about it. I said, Dad, we changed the water. We turned around, the pigeon's in the coop. He said, tomorrow morning, don't change the water. Go out there open the door like you normally do, leave the water there, and just look. Now, there was a field, it was probably about 400, 500 feet away. And at the other end of that field was a house, a long, low ranch, really nice house. He said, you watch the peak of that roof. Keep an eye on it. Well, I did. I went out there, leaned on the other side of that coop and kept looking. All of a sudden, you see this one bird come over the top of that ridge, fly 2 feet off the ground. There was a cyclone fence there, 3 feet, 4 feet high. Went over the top of that and right into the coop. Now, what's that got to do with training racing pigeons? Let me tell you everything. This was a common pigeon, let up in the dark. Now, at that time, there were no hawks. This was back in the 50s. The government had sprayed the whole planet, at least all of the United States with DDT. And it killed all the predators, all kinds. So you could single toss a bird without it being harassed by a hawk. Well, what I'm saying here to you beginners, if you could take a pigeon every day and toss it 35, 40 miles, and it comes home, that pigeon is not going to fly with the flock. It's going to break out. It's going to get down real low, come home through the trees, clearing the fences 2 feet off the ground. We've all seen videos of pigeons flying by the cars and everything like that. But that single tossing, every day, at least 6 or 7 months, he just tossed the bird just to train it, just to have some fun with it, will make any pigeon, no, not maybe any pigeon, but most pigeons, fly low on the ground, out of the wind, away from birds, all on its own, coming straight home. So that's my experience with single tossing. If you work 30 miles from home, you got a bunch of birds, let them up. Do like I did with 1414. That's why I single tossed them, because of that common bird, that street rat. I wanted them to be independent as much as I could. And that's what you can do. So that's my experience with single tossing. That bird flew in the dark and came home. Okay, I hope you got it. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. I'll put the channel link on this video. And thank you for watching.